Hey, welcome back. We're back in Timberborn, and today we have a three-step plan to expand our colony out. First thing we're gonna do is take a look at our population. As you can see, we have no unoccupied beds, and we're trying to keep that in the positive, at least for now. The second thing I want to look into is, as they finish this big wall over here for our reservoir, we're definitely never going to fill this giant reservoir up with just these water sources. We're going to have to connect these in over here. And third, over here in this corner, I would like to see if we can start on getting some industrial items set up so that we can get a big industrial complex over here. But that's going to take some connecting, and I think the water problem, we're going to have to also take a look at the water pump, but we're going to start here on the houses. And the best thing that we can probably do is just get bigger houses. So we're going to start with that. We're going to take out all those houses, our strange decorations, and we're just going to come over here and put in bigger houses. There we go. And to get to the bigger houses, you know what? We're just going to walk right through here, and forgive me, I must commit a cardinal sin and take out a shrub. But we will put in mini shrubs in its honor. So we'll come over here. We will go ahead and get our nice platforms in. There we go. One platform for everybody. That should help out there. And you know what? While we're over here, let's go ahead and take a look at what we can do here. Now, instead of sending the water out this way, I think I'd just like to tunnel under here and pour water out into this. So what we'll do here, let's go ahead and grab the dynamite. And let's just try putting it. Well, we don't really have to explode that one, do we? We could put that one as right. You know what? We're just going to do the whole thing there, just like this. Let's move that stuff out of the way. So I know, nope, we need that. And then we're going to have to get a staircase down there, of course. There we go. One staircase for the guys. Let's go ahead and get a dynamite here. And we'll say that that is just a little bit more important. The only thing is, I think that we don't have the extract for these at the moment because we're out of bad water. So next time the bad water comes up, I want to make sure that we're pulling in enough here. And while we're doing that, we can probably go ahead and try and move these large water pumps over here. This is going to have to move anyway, so let's just say no more there. We'll make sure they get this in. We'll get logs here and send them out. Look, we got beavers not doing anything. Let's send them to go do something. Where does this? There we go. We need this to come over here so they can probably pick up some logs there. We'll get this to come down here, maybe. Yeah, it looks nice. That should be plenty of room. We'll get a couple of those here. Make sure, yep, those are set to cut. We'll set all these to cut as well. Some of you guys over here. We'll get all these. In fact, let's get these up here as well, and we'll just toss in maybe a lumberjack flag. There we go. We'll just put it at the end there. And they can get those. They're still working on these. I don't know that we'll actually need any more of these lumberjack flags, so let's go ahead, take those out of there. There we go. Those don't need to be there. Hey, look at that. They've got that moved over. Awesome job, guys. We're going to take this, come around here. Now, we need to get these big pumps moved over here. Let's take a look. First things first, we need to find a way to connect this in. So, we take another one. Will that connect that far? Oh, yes, plenty far. And it's off by one, but it's okay. In fact, we'll make it off by 2 just to make it look like we did it on purpose. There we go. And down here, we'll also do the same thing we did over there. Add a little bit of extra area into the river here. There we go. and grab our water pump. 2, 3, 4. That looks good. This can go this way. They can come through here. And can't get another one in there because I got to get connected here. But you know what? I could probably move this. Now it looks even more intentional that we moved it to the side. There we go. Grab another one of these, and oops, it's got to be one more, 2 more this way. There we go. That should be plenty for now. We'll make sure this is connected in. And in this little space right here, we'll go ahead and put the storage. There we go. For the water that's hopefully going to go out from here. Water, you're going out. You need to connect back here. There we go. They can work on all of that. I don't know that there's a ton of extra in there at the moment. And we're going to pause these. Just get some extra beavers here and there. But hopefully they'll get down here and be able to get all of that in here before too long. Speaking of extra beavers, these guys don't have anything to do, so they can go find something else to do. We have almost 20 extra beavers. Ooh, that's a lot of beavers. Tell you what, a good thing to do here is to start that industrial area. And the first thing I want to do is take a road over here. This map is so nice for putting nice pre-built stairs in everywhere. There we go. We'll come around this way, and I don't want any of this bad water coming down here anymore. So we'll go ahead and we'll put levees here, and we'll see if that spills over. We'll keep an eye on it, but if it doesn't, we should be okay. Over here, they'll get that in there. They'll get that in there. In fact, let's turn these back on for now, just in case they need to build anything. There we go. And we'll say that these are slightly more important as well, so that we can start on that. Now, getting over here, can't really pull this line all the way over here. That doesn't make sense. So we're going to start a second set of these, which should be perfectly fine. And we're going to connect it. Is that... Yeah, that'll still connect. Of course, they're going to need something down that way. So let's go ahead. We don't need them there. And then let's grab one of these over here. And will that... Yeah, that fits nearly perfectly. Add the connection in here. Add the connection in here. Now we've got plenty of beavers building stuff. Speaking of which, let's see if we can go ahead and get in maybe a couple metal places here. There we go. They'll clear that out eventually, right? Over here, to start this small industrial area, we're definitely going to need some stuff to maybe clear out this ridge and do some terraforming over here. So the first thing we'll get in, let's grab the bad water, because we're going to need it for the dynamite. Let's start with that. Nope, I want the dynamite factory. There we go. And to get this in here, let's go back just a bit on this. We'll go dynamite. There's a dynamite factory. You can go here. And then, since we'll want the bigger explosions eventually, we're going to want an extract place here as well. There's our centrifuge. You know what? I'm going to put it... Yeah, right there. Why not? There we go. That is going to have to come down here. Let's get storage for both of these. Storage. You. Maybe go here and here. And I think that should be okay for now. Do they... Oh, they're going to need power, aren't they? I almost forgot that. The beavers aren't just going to volunteer to move the stuff themselves. So, I mean, we could force them to volunteer, but I think in this case we can probably do better. let's put up a couple of batteries here. There we go. And hopefully these 3 will keep it powered. If it doesn't, we'll figure something out. But let's go with that. And then we've got to pause you. And all of this is kind of low priority. We'll get to it when we get to other things. There we go. They can get to that when they get to that. But I do want that changed out. Mostly so that we can fill all of this area in with water. And to do that, we're going to need to come down here and put a nice... There we go. Put that in there. Let's, in fact, get some storage. Maybe logs here, just in case anybody needs them as well. Logs coming in. There we go. Speaking of logs and things coming in, we have 2 of these, but I want a 3rd one because I want to put in more stuff in this field here, and it looks like we're normally low on sunflower seeds. We can grow those direct, so we might as well just cover this whole area. There we go. We'll put them over, or maybe they'll go that far. But I also want a way across this river, so let's grab another one of these. We'll do one here. And can you still get to over here? Yeah, you can still get to over here. And I don't know if there's a way to get up there. I might have to dynamite a line, but until we do, we'll just use those. Really. Oh, I have a better idea. I see a shape that we can use. This can go here, still connect over to this. It's a couple of extra steps for the beavers, but we could put in a forester right there. There we go. And then we've got all of these maple seedlings, but we seem to be having some problems with the chestnut trees, so we're just going to fill this area in with chestnut trees. Chestnut tree. There we go. Everybody's got the chestnut trees. We'll put all those in there. We'll put some in here. That'll be fine. And then, of course, we'll need a couple of gatherers to grab all those. So if I put them here, will they reach all the way down there? No. What about here? Nope. Right. You can go there. And you can go there. There we go. Do I need these anymore? I don't think I actually need these. Ooh, I've got those marked to cut. Let's not cut all our maple trees. Or our chestnut trees, really. Of course, we don't need these couple of dead ones, so let's just mark those to take out. There we go. And we'll cancel all of that. Cancel all of that. Why am I don't know why I'm cutting that field over there. There was a forest over there at one time, but we certainly don't need to cut that anymore, do we? There we go. Guy's done. Go find something else to do, buddy. Let's say that... Oh, that's connected. There they go. So, now that that's done, these guys can go out. And we'll say that picking up this rubble here... Well, it's already set thanks to a mod that we have, so we'll just leave that. I think that's looking good for the moment. Did they finish this over here? They had. Well, almost. They're very close, I think. No, we still have trees. Let's get a sluice in here. There we go. We'll say that that's pretty important, and yeah, we can close it above 9. We're going to have to keep an eye on it so it doesn't drain this out, but, you know, if we need it, we need it. That's okay. We still have 10. Let's turn on a couple of things that might not be on at the moment. I know you guys don't have anything to do. You guys are almost done. This is being collected. They'll work on those as they can. And then hopefully they'll get to these. I think that'll look nice. Do we have... You know what? We have some beavers. We can probably spare some to get them over here. And let's prioritize that by haulers so they'll come out and pick those up. There we go. We've got quite a few. How much of this field can I cover? Actually, take out a couple of these. I can put in at least a little bit more. What about you? You're about the same reach, so That should all be fine. They'll get all of those connected in here before too long. I was looking at these to take these out a minute ago, weren't I? Yep. Easily distracted. There we go. We'll get those. Sure don't need these. There we go. That one I do want. Go ahead, plant you. You can stay there. Those trees aren't quite grown yet. You know what? We have a little bit of space for planks. So for now, I'm just going to store some planks up here. We're going to do that. And I was going to fix these fields at one time, weren't I? There we go. That can all go. That can all go. They've got so few left over here. I'm hoping that they get that done pretty soon. But even if they don't, we should still have a decent amount of water being able to be saved. Speaking of water saving, this seems to work all right, but we definitely need more for our growing population. So luckily, the way the spiral staircase is set up, we can pretty much go up infinitely on it. We just need to grab the right platforms here, and then we just come right over here. Line them again. 2, 3, 2, 3. I need that one. And then 1, 2, 3. There we go. 1, 2, 3. And we just pick up from where we left off. Just turn these around this way. And we keep our beautiful spiral staircase going up. Let's grab this. Nope. This. There we go. You can go right up there. We'll put a path on you. And then we need to build more of this, probably. Yeah. We'll do another one of those. This layer. There we go. And we'll get those up there. Go ahead, get those in. And we're going to have to put in ladders to build this part, but you know what? That's all right. We'll take them back down, or maybe we'll just leave them there. They can just be kind of a way to get behind stuff if we need to. We'll go ahead and set these for water for whenever they actually work. In fact, let's say this stuff is fairly high priority so that we know that there's a good chance that they'll be ready for the next, well, wet season here in 2.5 days or so. And now that we have plenty of water pumping down there that hopefully doesn't interfere with this up here, we'll see a lot less of these dry spells. But we do have to keep an eye on this. In fact, oh, I know why we're not making that. We don't have any of those. How are these guys doing? There's a little bit of stuff over here. We'll set you back to normal so that they make this first so they can get to these easier and they don't have to walk around all over the place. You know what? You guys aren't going to be in for a while. You're fine. I still have 9, so we should be okay. We've got a lot of stuff over here. Let's get a little bit of storage that makes it easier to... Maybe the beavers can pick it up easier and take it away. I'm going to have cattails, I'm going to have sunflowers, and I'm going to have wheat. So we'll just get that in there. We'll toss some quick ladders up. And just make sure that everything we get over here is stored and going out. Hopefully by hauler instead of by farmer. There we go. Let's get wheat going out, and then we'll do the cattail going out as well. Tail roots going out. That should take care of it. How is our wheat doing, by the way? Not bad, but we seem to have a problem with maple pastries. Let's check into that while we wait. They are waiting for maple syrup and some wheat flour and pretty much everything. How's our wheat flour doing? It's okay. Not great, but okay. Tell you what, let's turn these back on so we're making planks again. But I'd like to take this. You know what? Instead of taking that out, I've got a nice space. I was going to take one of those out, but I'm going to do it anyway. There we go. And then we're going to put in 2 more of our nice grist mills here. Grist mill, grist mill. We'll set those up for wheat whenever they do get in, so that hopefully we have a lot more wheat coming in. Especially, yeah, look at that. The reservoir is now done. So hopefully this fills up and keeps this a little bit better. How are these guys doing down here? Well, you know what? I could extend this path around and they've got 2 ways to get over here. There we go. That should work. We've still got 9 beavers too. So let's go ahead and tell them to chop down these over here. Might as well pick up these trees while we're here. They're not doing any good for us anyway. Although we are super low on logs. So hopefully when the water comes back here in a couple of days, we worry less about logs. Let's see, can we clean this up? Yeah, we can clean all that up in there. That can go. And then what is this? These are treated planks. Okay. Well, let's do this. I'm going to put you back. There goes that. And do they need these? No, not really. Let's recover those so they can pick all those up. And then trees. I need that. We'll go ahead. Mark through all of those to get a couple more trees in here. At least this is staying hydrated. I think that's because I've got the gates here, though, closed. Speaking of which, I could probably store a little bit more water if I knocked some of this out. Do I have dynamite? I have a little bit of dynamite. We can work on that. There we go. And we'll have to put in ladders to get down here. There we go. We'll do that. Eventually, we might lower it just a bit more so that it keeps pouring out into this no matter what. But I think for now, that's pretty good. How are you guys doing? What are you missing here? Logs. We need logs. I think that's kind of a given here. Well, there's some logs over here we could grab, and we have plenty of beavers to do it. So let's do 4 of those. Mark all of these to cut. I don't know why only part of that is, but that's okay. We'll do that. Let's say that that's a bit of a priority. You guys, do you have anything left to cut? A little bit. We'll toss in some stairs for you here. There we go. And then over here, I don't think I ever put the things in there, so they can start work on those. You're working on this down here. That all looks good. All right. The water is going to come back here in a second, which is what we really want to see. There it goes. Wonderful. Hopefully we can fill a lot of this up. Are these are paused. Let's unpause these. We've got plenty of beavers to pull in a whole bunch of bad water, and we're going to up our hours back to 20 so they get things done. Don't know. We're just kind of missing logs. So if we can get the logs to do this, I can recover a couple of them here. Toss down. You know what? Once I take those out of there, I can just put stairs right there. That's what we'll do. There's also some logs up here that I could be harvesting, isn't there? Let's grab 1, 2, 3 of you. And we'll say, yeah, go ahead. Pick up all the logs up here that you can. There we go. You guys helped keep us in the water. But we're going to pause you since you're so far away at the moment. There we go. And look at that. Just as the water gets here, we can take these out. There we go. Our staircase in. Say that's slightly more important so they can get those logs in there. Got a lot of stuff to take care of. This guy, he's done for now. This guy might be done for now in just a minute. So, did I get those 2 trees in the corner? Somehow I didn't. Always missed just a couple of trees. There we go. All right. We'll let them... Oh. There's all this. There's all that. This all looks good. There's a tree that's starting to come up. Good. We'll let them work for a minute and see what it looks like when the water comes back in. Looks like this levee is kind of pushing the limits of what levees can do, but luckily it seems to be holding, which means all of this down here is now free of bad water. This isn't quite free of bad water yet, but eventually I think we'll cap these. I'm not sure if we'll get the bad water from here or from over here, but we'll cap some of these off, and that should reduce the flow just a little bit. Looks like our industrial section over here that we've been meaning to put in is starting to go in, though. They've got the 2 bad water pumps, at least, and with the bad water tide approaching, we should be able to fill that bad water supply back up. They're going pretty well. They're getting the trees down here. Oh, look, we can get those in there. This is all so nice and green. We've got nothing to do in range. Oh, you're done already. That means we can toss in... That's too high. I'm going to need at least... You know what? We'll just do ladders. You can do ladders here. You should be fine with ladders. There we go. We'll connect this up and over, and then they can get in there. But for now, we'll pause you guys. Give us back a couple of beavers. Even with the new houses, we're back to 0 occupied beds, and we're 7 beavers down. That's just kind of how fast we're growing around here. Everything's growing pretty fast. Did they pick all this up? Oh, these are treated planks. Well, tell you what, let's change one of these to treated planks so they can pick those up. My original idea was to take that out of there, and then we'll get in an underground pile for planks here. Planks can go here. We'll say they go out, but there should hopefully be plenty around. They've got the dynamite in here. Put more dynamite there that they can get from above. There we go. Those can all go. This can go here. That'll fill that up with a little extra water. Here, this has really been filling up. Not perfect this time, but maybe we'll see if it'll last for a bit. Oh, look at that. Our trees are finally starting to grow down here, so we're going to need to unpause all our lumberjacks here. And those can stay. There's still just the one there. So that looks good. Hopefully this does not drain too quickly. I'd like to keep that at a height of 50. Yep, that'll do just fine. These guys are back. Let's go see if we can find any beavers that are maybe just sitting around for the moment. For example, these guys are just kind of sitting there for the moment. These guys are sitting there. These guys. Those guys. There we go. Now we're starting to get some back. We've got a little spillage here, but I'm not honestly that worried about it. It'll be okay. And those guys probably be... Before we get too far on the bad tide, I'm going to close this gate. There we go. And a little bit of over water there. There we go. It can flow out that way. But that way we keep water up here, and I'm hoping we'll see this stay hydrated the entire bad tide. Looks like it's only 11 day. That's a short one. But you know what? Sometimes that's fine if it wants to give us a short season. Metal is fine here. A little bit here. This is actually looking pretty good, and really zip lines everywhere. Really wish you could have more than 2 connections, but you know what? This is still working out. We're still getting through it. I think we've got plenty of water down here. We'll see if all this water stays the whole 11 days with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 large pumps pumping it out. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. We don't know for sure. Our logs are going back up, which is what I wanted to see. Our power is way down though, probably because we've got everything on all at once. So how much are we? We're actually short on power. Well, I'm not sure we need 2 of these at the moment. We can put one here, and then we'll empty those, and we'll add another one of the windmills over there. Looks like they've got these done. We're only about half full on total water, so that's plenty of water capacity for us. Let's see. Oh, would you look at that? The ground is corrupted. Probably getting out through that and maybe through this. We'll put those in there and see if that fixes the issue. Over here, you know what? I could definitely take this path off the top here and all of this out. Grab those. Get rid of that and that. We'll just fill this in. I'm not going to take this out until they... Well, now I'm going to take it out. I was going to say until they've picked all those up, but the beavers came over and took care of that pretty quick. So let's go ahead, do this. We'll put the wheat in here. I don't think I need... I don't want to... I just want... Yeah, I just want those. There we go. And you know what? We can put something in here. So let's put in maybe some decoration here. Do a nice beaver statue. There we go. Can we do... that on top over here? No, I sure can't. That's okay. We'll do... Why not? We'll put you here. We'll get a scarecrow here to keep away any crows that might have survived the apocalypse. There we go. That island's working pretty well. Oh, they've got this. Let's go ahead and put you for water. We'll say none in there, none in there. And once they empty those two, there's our big horde of beavers. Look at them all go. There we go. You can go. Just kind of want this as like a stop-off spot. They'll move those here in just a second. 7, there's all of it. Let's go ahead. We'll get in at least one more. That might be all we can get for now, but maybe that'll be enough to put us over the top. Back over here. Yeah, they're still working on it. It's a little slow. That might be a next time thing. We've got our nice chestnut tree farm in. We've got more maples. We're getting more over here. These should all be set up. We've got plenty of logs here. Let's say, you know what? That can go out for now. They're still working on this. This all looks good. I think we've accomplished our major goals. We'll have to see next time how this plan here works out with the more water coming in over here and less water going out over here. We've got more water to save here. We've got more water hopefully up there. We're just going to have to figure out what we need to do about population. But like I said, that'll probably be next time. So as always, just want to say thank you very much for stopping by and hope to see you next time. Bye.